Hello, good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome to one more amazing session from Sri Chaitanya Academy Infinity and NEET YouTube channel. This is Suresh, Faculty of Chemistry. For you today, I brought something special, the Re-NEET Inorganic Chemistry. So, inorganic chemistry, you guys always feel this is a collection of all kinds of reactions. So, I brought all the chemical reactions that are present in the NCERT or little bit out of this and inside it, and one shot we are going to revise it. Are you there? Jaya Marfin. So, this is the Re-NEET is a re-opportunity to re-rise. So, never feel bad that you are lagging behind. Never go into the trauma. Always keep yourself motivated and do the best for your NEET, Re-NEET examination. Bacho, those who are online, please like the session, share with your friends, subscribe to Sri Chaitanya Academy Infinity and NEET YouTube channel, and एक strategy भी बना हुआ Re-NEET के लिए for inorganic chemistry. So treat NCERT is everything. Read line by line. Almost every question is directly or indirectly comes from NCERT only. Never leave NCERT, bacho. And what to do? Read line by line, highlight facts, exceptions, color, trends and everything. 30 minutes and 45 minutes is enough for a day. Don't skip examples and tables. NEET often ask exact lines from the NCERT. I strongly believe that. And just create a short strategy, memorization, smart revision. Inorganic chemistry is a well established fact that is a memory, heavy memory is required. No, but you can make it easier by short notes, 1 or 2 pages per chapter, and flashcards, colors, and oxidation state change also you have to mention, and trends, ionization energy, and electronegativity, atomic size, and daily quick revision 15 to 20 minutes. काफ़ी इससे ऊपर नहीं चाहिए बच्चों. You can say oxidation state कैसे, ये non-metal react with alkali. So in most of the cases it is going to be disproportionation reaction. So disproportionation reaction, oxidation state काम चलता है बेटा. Yes, it is true. What do you want to say? Chlorine react with sodium hydroxide. Okay, if it is a dilute sodium hydroxide, giving rise to NaCl plus NaOCl plus H2O. In that case, the change in the oxidation state you have to identify 0 to -1. It's a reduction. And 0 to here it is going to be +1. It is an oxidation. Are you getting on? Okay, Prudvi, my core heart. Okay, so like that you have to make your own reactions like that. Practice PYQs, no bargaining in that, non-negotiable. Focus on previous year questions from the NEET bacho. And why? Questions repeat, the questions won't repeat, but the pattern is going to be repeat. Okay. Hails Sri Chaitanya. So Sri Chaitanya Academy NEET Infinity and YouTube channel bacho, and it helps us to identify favorite topics, and also last 30-35 years PYQs. No need, 10 years काफ़ी है. Solve less 2 to 3 times. Okay beta. And also moving ahead, master important chapter first, like chemical bonding, coordination compounds, periodic classification, P block and D block. You see, the moment you get a question paper, first 5 questions, among the first 5 questions, you are going to get coordination compounds. Yes, I experienced it. So this chapter can stand for 70 to 80% of the paper. 70 to 80% of the paper, right? And also, bacho, you can say here, focus on trends, not just fact. Like instead of mugging randomly, understand why trend happens, like atomic size and electronegativity. Okay, electronegativity, compare the elements in the groups and the periods, and the periodic table is the backbone. This reduces the memorization. Inorganic chemistry, you guys say it is a memorization, but what is the fact behind the trend? If you know it, automatically the memorization burden is going to be minimized here, bacho. And practice assertion reasoning and statement based questions. Now the NTA is taken a stand in such a way that memory based questions and assertion reasonings are used. NEET loves tricky statements. NEET loves tricky statement. Read each word carefully, except, incorrect, not, and try to practice the way you go with an elimination. Bacho, so this is a live interactive session. Please use the chat box and you can discuss any doubts that you have. Bacho, if you have any doubts, you can ask us. It's a live interactive session. Make this session so lovely. Those who are online, please like the session. Okay, and get advantage of this kind of session. We are not promoting anything in this session, bacho. And also you can say daily 30 to 45 minutes routine and a simple plan, 15 minutes NCERT reading and 15 minutes PYQs and 10 to 15 minutes just revision is required. आपको जैसे revision करते हैं ना, revision is the backbone. Just revision is the backbone. Consistency is always greater than long hours. I believe in that philosophy. Do you? If you believe, just a thumbs up and fire emoji in the chat box. Bacho. And आगे बढ़ना. So moving ahead, common mistakes. Everybody does mistake. And what are the common mistakes? Ignoring NCERT lines and diagrams. Of course, inorganic में कुछ diagram वगैरह नहीं आते हैं. So not lectures above, but the management, hence I like it, the sessions of lectures of Sri Chaitanya. Okay, hail Sri Chaitanya. Okay, over relying on coaching center notes, it is not correct. Stick to the NCERT. Such baat hai. Okay, not revising regularly, skipping exceptions. Why do you skip exception? That's the matter. Never and ever. And moving ahead, exceptions. मैं exceptions के बाद में बात कर रहे हैं ना, देखो. So exceptions, atomic radius you see here. Just an example. So expected order boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. But something happens here. D orbital contraction. Why only 11 people? So Ramsharan, let it be 11 people, 120 people, doesn't matter. The lecture is valuable. Take that value of the lecture. Okay, Ramsharan. So the order is going to be gallium is decreased. D orbital contraction, right? The D orbital contraction. So everything you need to know about this. Reason gallium has a smaller size because the poor screening effect of D orbital. Assertion and reasoning be ऐसे क्वेश्चन का आंसर निकलेगा, right? Any doubt, bachcho? Be clear with the subject. You can answer the question just 4 marks. This kind of concept you need to rebuild, and you are going to come up with flying colors in the Re-NEET 2026 that going to be happen in June 21st. Are you ready for that? Win, win, win. That is only the slogan. So those students who are online, please like the session and a thumbs up and fire emoji in the chat box so that we can just moving ahead here. So this is a screenshot of the NCERT. When this screenshot is given, do we have to memorize the overall table that is given in the NCERT? That's my question. Of course no. Of course no. तब क्या करना है ऐसे पकड़ के? You can see the atomic radius 85, 43, 135 decrease. That pattern you have to identify, isn't it? And there is a almost nearly same size you can see here. And electronegativity, there is a rapid decrease and almost maintains consistency. You can see almost maintain consistency. That is the pattern you have to follow in the total p block elements. And melting point, you can see decreased, it decreased and increased. So the lowest melting point of this group 13 is going to be gallium. That is the way you have to study, bacho. Like that, you have to see the electrode potential for M3 plus 2M all are negative and thallium is going to be positive. Thallium is going to be positive because of the hydration energy. Like that, you need to understand all these things. It doesn't mean that study from NCERT, everybody can tell you that. Even I tell you, you open any YouTube channel, everybody will tell that. So everybody will by heart the table. No, it is impossible for a human being to by heart this table. Are you dare to? Do you dare to by heart this table? But taking this table and pick up what are the pattern we have to observe. And the pattern you memorize, just understand it, and abnormality is there, you just find out the reason why it is so. Take this particular lecture as a reference for Re-NEET or Pro-NEET, whatever. For 2027 also, some students, some viewers are present in this session. Take this as a reference how to study inorganic chemistry. Right? Agree? Fine. Now, let us talk about ionization enthalpy. You can just expected order boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. But ionization enthalpy, and here aluminum is coming less. Aluminum is coming less. Look at this. Aluminum is coming less. Ionization enthalpy. And some of them you can take. The reason on moving down the group, the ionization enthalpy decreases. This is true for boron to aluminum. Okay. So similarly, you can have so many discussions with that. I am ready to show you. Bacho, Lewis acid strength. In this Lewis acid strength, expected BF3, BCl3, BBr3, BI3. Bacho, what is the Lewis acid? Electron pair acceptor. Smaller the size, more is the electronegativity. They can easily take the electron. But the order is going to be why? Reversed. Why? Because boron, fluorine, and it is going to be fluorine, fluorine, and the lone pair of electron that is present in the vacant orbital, you are going to get p pi and the p pi back bonding. This is a super awesome point that you need to. So I mean to say, reason back bonding is required, and assertion reasoning type questions will come there. Electron affinity, expected order, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. But chlorine greater than fluorine, the reason is due to small size of the fluorine. Inter-electronic repulsion that happens in fluorine. The same is true in the case of oxygen as well as sulfur. Ready for that? So this is how you need to So, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium, and oxygen is the lowest electron affinity among group 16. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Sulfur is the highest, and chlorine is the highest electron affinity in the entire periodic table. Now, moving ahead, bond dissociation energy. Bond dissociation energy is going to be fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. This is expected. And the actual order is chlorine is more. Why? Because fluorine, due to small size, the electron pairs between the fluorine and the fluorine makes the repulsion. So that fluorine bond is so fragile that can be broken at any time. So, inter-electronic repulsion. Assertion, reasoning type question, statement based questions will be like this. Understand? Bacho? Right, fantastic. Now moving ahead, inorganic reactions. So I just want to discuss 90 to 100 inorganic reactions in the total P block element milk. So ammonium chloride plus NaNO2 gives rise to ammonium nitrate plus NaCl. Okay, it is further heating gives rise nitrogen gas is going to be formed. So what is the product that is going to be formed? Ultimately, it is going to be ammonium chloride plus NaNO2 gives us nitrogen gas. And also ammonium chloride plus potassium dichromate gives rise nitrogen gas. And ammonium dichromate also gives rise nitrogen gas with a green color residue. So the question will come, which of the following on heating do not give nitrogen gas, which will give nitrogen gas? Like this questions will come. Ram Sharan. And barium azide on strong heating gives rise pure form of nitrogen. Which of the following methods can be used to get the purest form of nitrogen? Like that, one more question, some equations I just want to show you here, bacho. Ammonia react with chlorine. Excess of ammonia gives rise ammonium chloride. Excess of chlorine gives rise NCl3 explosive. Fine. Similarly, you can see ammonia react with the bleaching powder to give rise calcium chloride and nitrogen gas. Here also you will get nitrogen gas. And calcium carbide and nitrogen, that mixture gives rise CaCN2 and carbon. This mixture is called nitrolium. It is used as a fertilizer. It is used as a fertilizer, right? If you have any doubts, please let us know. Now, one more. First reaction NaNO2 and this reaction NaNO3. NaNO3, when react with zinc and sodium hydroxide, it forms sodium zincate Na2ZnO2 plus ammonia is liberated. And that NaNO3 react with aluminum and sodium hydroxide, sodium meta-aluminate is formed and NH3 is formed. Moving ahead, now NaNO2 plus zinc, it is going to give you Na2ZnO sodium zincate and ammonia, and similarly you are going to see ammonia on hydrolysis dissolves and forms ammonium hydroxide, that is called aqueous ammonia, and this copper sulfate react with aqueous ammonia. You are going to give basic copper sulfate dot copper hydroxide. Okay, and this basic copper sulfate is going to react with ammonium sulfate, gives rise tetraamine copper 2 sulfate, deep blue color complex. Okay, this is also called a Switzer reagent. It is used to dissolve artificial silk. It is a planar structure, DsP2 hybridization, paramagnetic. Okay, Moving ahead, I2 plus HNO3 gives rise HiO3 and nitrogen dioxide. So HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. And like that 90 reactions I will discuss in today's class. And reaction of HNO3 with a metal depends on type of a metal, above hydrogen or below hydrogen, and the concentration of HNO3. In the concentration of HNO3, it could be a dilute HNO3 and concentrated HNO3. So dilute HNO3 with the copper, it is going to give rise copper nitrate, and it is going to give rise nitric oxide. Concentrated HNO3, it is going to give you nitrogen dioxide, while zinc concentrated HNO3 gives rise nitrogen dioxide, dilute HNO3 gives rise N2O laughing gas. Hope you understand. Let us talk about reactions. Inorganic copper heated with HNO3 in the vapor, copper oxide and nitrogen gas. So copper heated, okay, vapor HNO3, but copper with HNO3 concentrated gives rise copper nitrate and nitrogen dioxide. If it is copper with dilute HNO3, you are going to get a copper nitrate plus nitric oxide. So that is the where you have to find the difference. So don't by heart the reaction as it is. Sulfur plus oxygen gives rise sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is oxidized to H2SO4. This H2SO4 gives rise barium chloride gives rise barium sulfate, and this barium sulfate is a white precipitate. Okay. So HNO3 react with sulfur dioxide gives rise nitrogen gas is a reddish brown vapors. So find out this list of the reactions like this. Okay, bachcho. And I can say brown ring test, chemistry behind the brown ring test. The ability of this nitrate to oxidize Fe2 plus to Fe3 plus is the basic principle behind this brown ring test. So NaNO3 nitrate salt, concentrated H2SO4, NaHSO4, HNO3, and this nitrate is going to be oxidized Fe2 plus to Fe3 plus, and iron 2 plus is hydrated, then NO is going to participate in this reaction to form FeH2O5 NoSO4. This is what is called as a brown ring complex. Iron shows what is this? +2 oxidation state. Okay. Now let us see pH3 plus Hi, it gives rise pH4 plus, which indicates this phosphine is a basic in nature. Okay, and pH4i NaOH gives rise pH3. So this is the principle behind the purification of phosphine. Okay, bachcho, and also we will see here white phosphorus react with sodium hydroxide in the presence of inert atmosphere of carbon dioxide gives rise pH3. Okay, and this is a commercial preparation of phosphine, and H3PO3 on decomposition gives rise H3PO4 and pH3. This is -3 and this is +5 and it is going to be +3. So it is a disproportionation reaction. H3PO3 is disproportionate. Copper sulfate plus pH3, it is going to get copper phosphide is a black, and AgNO3 with pH3, silver phosphide is yellow. So these reactions indicates the reducing property of this phosphine. Okay. And of course, Ag3P plus AgNO3 decomposes to gives rise black silver. And bleaching powder can react with the PHE3 gives rise H3PO4 and calcium carbon, calcium chloride. And moving ahead in the inorganic reactions, this is very important reaction. Bacho, PCl3 plus H2O gives rise H3PO3. Do you say these hydrolysis reactions are not redox reactions? So phosphorus का ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट +3 था, अभी तो फिर +3 बनेगा. And PCl5 on hydrolysis gives rise H3PO4. And it was at +5 oxidation state, becomes +5 oxidation state. And PCl3 is oxidized to gives rise POCl3. What is the shape of POCl3? Pyramidal in shape. You know POCl3 is like this. Can you say NOCl3 just like POCl3? Can it form? It never form. Why? Because you can say oxygen to phosphorus P pi and D pi multiple bond is there. Nitrogen do not form that because nitrogen has no d orbitals with that. Okay, and everything is having its own reasons. Let us follow the reasons. Yes, this is a super important reactions. Xenon is going to participate very limited number of reactions. In that xenon plus fluorine, excess xenon plus fluorine, xenon difluoride. Okay. Xenon plus fluorine 1:5, temperature 7 bar 873, xenon tetrafluoride. Xenon plus fluorine 1:20 raise xenon hexafluoride. What is the shape of XeF2? Better? What is the shape of XeF2? XeF, and it is going to be F. It is a linear A, B2, E3. Immediately you have to take that action. And XeF4, Xe, fluorine, lone pair of electron, lone pair of square planar. Okay, this is a linear. This is a linear. Understand? And also xenon difluoride HCl gives rise to xenon plus chlorine plus HF. Xenon tetrafluoride potassium iodide, xenon plus iodine plus KF. XeF4 SbF5, this reaction is very important. It is a fluorinating agent. XeF3 plus SbF6 minus. XeF2 plus PF5, XeF plus PF6 minus is going to be formed. Fine. Moving ahead. Fluorinating agent, that's what I mentioned here right now. XeF6 is a very good fluorinating agent, can react with the silicon dioxide, gives rise XeOF4 plus silicon tetrafluoride. What is the shape of XeOF4? Square pyramidal, Xe double bond O, F, F and F and F. Okay, and XeF4 can react with O2, F2. It is going to give us XeF6 plus O2. O2F2 is an excellent fluorinating agent. XeF2 react with H2O gives us Xe plus HF plus O2. This is a partial hydrolysis. XeF4 H2O gives rise HF plus Xe plus XeO3. What is the shape of XeO3? That's fantastic. Xenon, it is going to be pyramidal. It is going to be pyramidal. Okay? Understand? That's good. Some more reactions I brought for you. Xenon hexafluoride plus H2O gives rise XeO3 plus HF. And xenon hexafluoride on hydrolysis, XeO2F2 plus HF, and xenon F6 H2O gives rise XeOF4 plus HF. Like that, you can have various reactions and reactions over here. And let us say KMnO4. What happens when KMnO4 react with concentrated HCl? Some bound of chemistry, so all our chemistry things I am explaining here, you just follow, gives rise KCl, MnCl2 and chlorine gas is liberated. If it is dilute HCl, also you are going bleaching powder with dilute HCl, thank you very much, gives rise calcium chloride and chlorine gas is liberated. If you use little bit of MnO2 plus HCl gives rise MnCl3 chlorine gases. So, which of the following reactions can give chlorine gas? So, these are the 4 reactions. MnCl3 gives rise MnCl2 again chlorine gas. The overall reaction दोनों मिलके this and this. MnO2 plus HCl gives rise MnCl2 and chlorine gas is liberated. So, you have to split the reactions and learn like this. Thank you very much. Thank you. From now you can see plenty of chemical reactions, plenty of sessions till your June 21. Even after June 21, you are going to see the fire of all strategic sessions. These strategic sessions can help you to reach your dream medical college, my dear doctors. And you see, K2Cr2O7. It is treated with HCl gives rise chlorine gas again. Mean to say, oxidizing agent is used so that it can displace chlorine from HCl. And Pb3O4 is also an oxidizing agent, can give you chlorine gas when reacted with HCl. And this is the best method. Sodium chloride H2SO4 MnO2 gives rise NaHSO4 MnSO4 Cl2 gas. Potassium iodide react with the chlorine gas gives rise potassium chloride iodine. So, lower halogen can displace a higher halide ion in the aqueous solutions. This is phenomenal. And Ki plus I2 gives rise Ki3. It is a brown because iodine and iodine, it is having -1. Solid iodine is not soluble in the water, but it is soluble in aqueous potassium iodide. The reason, assertion reason questions in the NEET examination. So, बच्चों I2 plus Cl2 in excess gives rise HiO3. And also, this is a super equation. Sodium hydroxide react with chlorine react with sodium hydroxide. Dilute sodium hydroxide gives rise NaCl, NaOCl. Concentrated sodium hydroxide gives rise NaCl plus NaClO3. It is a disproportionation reaction. I told you non-metal react with alkali. It is supposed to be disproportionation reaction. And calcium hydroxide also, it is going to react with chlorine. It is cold and dilute calcium chloride and calcium hypochlorite. Okay. And hot concentrated, it is going to give rise CaCl2 and CaClO3 twice, high calcium chloride. Okay. So, hope you are enjoying this series of reactions. If you have any doubts, please let me know, bachcho. And also in the inorganic reactions, I just want to show sulfur dioxide is going to react with the chlorine to give rise in the aqueous media H2SO4. And red phosphorus plus bromine gives rise PbR3. Same for iodine as well. Red phosphorus react with Br2 gives us PbR5. PbR3 and PbR5 are going to be hydrolyzed. If it is trihalide, H3PO3 is the product. If it is a pentahalide, H3PO4 is the product. So you have any doubts? Moving ahead, inorganic Na2SO3 plus HCl gives us NaCl plus SO2 and H2O. So, thiosulfate is going to give us sulfur dioxide, and sulfur is going to be deposited. Sulfur is going to be deposited. Are you getting or not? Moving ahead, like that, so many reactions we segregated. SO2 plus Cl2, you're going to get SO2 Cl2. What is this? Sulfuryl chloride. And CO plus Cl2, phosgene, COCl2. Okay, NoCl2, NoCl, linden. So these are all you're going to see in the organic chemistry, my dear children. Right? We got it, thank you. And moving ahead, ICl, interhalogen compound, you see, iodine and chlorine, it is going to be partial negative charge and it is going to be partial positive charge. If it is hydrolyzed, you are going to get H plus over here, OH minus over here. So, IOH, HIO and HCl, like that. Interhalogen compounds, you have to hydrolyze it. Even BRF5, partial negative charge and partial positive charge, like that HF plus HBrO3 is formed. Bacho, so this is bromic acid. This is going to be bromic acid. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Moving ahead, so chlorine plus mercuric oxide gives us HGO.HgCl2 with Cl2O. Cl2O is superoxidizing agent used in textile industry and paper industry. And AgClO3 plus Cl2 gives us AgCl plus ClO2. All chlorine oxides are superoxidizing agents, all are explosive in nature. KClO3 plus H2SO4 gives rise ClO2. Okay, find the actual thing you need to. HClO3 plus H2C2O4 gives rise ClO2. So Cl2O and ClO2. Actually, Cl2O is generally used oxidizing agent. And HClO4 P2O5 dehydration takes place, H3PO3 and Cl2O7 is used, Cl2O7. Okay, what is the structure of Cl2O7? Cl, O, Cl, okay, double bond O, double bond O, double bond O. Okay, double bond O, double bond O, double bond O. That much fluently need to have control on it. Moving ahead here, chlorine plus water in the presence of sunlight, HCl plus HOCl is formed. Of course, this HOCl is unstable beta. It is going to decompose to gives rise HCl plus nascent oxygen. Because of this, HOCl is a very good oxidizing agent, very good bleaching agent. Chlorine is a bleaching agent in the presence of moisture. If moisture is not there, chlorine cannot be a bleaching agent, and it is irreversible because it is done by oxidation. Cl2 plus F2 gives rise to ClF3. What is the shape of ClF3? It is going to be a T shape. Exactly 90 degrees angle will not be there. Okay. And Br2F2, BrF5. What is the shape of BrF5? Square pyramidal. SiO2 plus HF, SiF4, tetrahedral. So, this SiF4 plus HF gives rise H2, SiF6. So, that HF cannot be stored in the glass bottle. Fluorine also is not stored in the glass bottle. What do you say? So, like that, a series of reactions are there, hundreds of reactions you can generate it. Okay. At last, we can see one slide. P4 plus SOCl2. SOCl2 is since a thionyl chloride. Gives rise SO2 PCl3 and S2Cl2, sulfur monochloride. Its a structure, you know, hydrogen peroxide structure only, open book structure. Quickly how to learn, Br2 plus F2, BrF3 and Br2 plus F2. So, high temperature BrF5, interhalogen compounds. Interhalogen compounds are more reactive than their corresponding normal halides. So, like that you can do this. Okay, bacho, as the time is exhausting, I2 plus F2 gives rise IF, I2 plus F2 gives rise IF5, I2 plus F2 gives rise IF7, I2 plus Cl2 gives rise ICl. Okay, ICl is more reactive than I2 because interhalogen compounds are more reactive due to the bond is a polar bond. You understand? Clear? And you can see Cl2, F2 gives rise ClF, that ClF plus F2 gives rise ClF3. The overall reaction is going to be ClF3 is formed. Understand, bacho? So, like that we can keep moving, and so many questions are there where you can just have a discussion. And in the next session I just want to come up with a kind of multiple choice question from there. Ready for that? Hope you enjoyed today's class. I am done from my side, and as the time is so valuable for you and for me as well, and let us meet with more stuff in the next class. If you want anything specific topic you want me to explain for Re-NEET examination, let us know in the comment box, the chat box, whatever. We'll meet with more stuff. Thank you very much. Signing off, Suresh, Faculty of Chemistry. Thank you.